And why in goodness name would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand? Yeah, I hope so. Not happening. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Ugh, this is utterly preposterous. I'm not giving you anything. I should say so. The nerve of you to even ask something so stupid.
You get away. Hear me?
That hurt!
Okay, that hurt. Ouch!
So, what brings you?
Must you continue these? Excuse me? And why in goodness name? And why in goodness name would I possibly agree to that ridiculous demand? I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. I'm trying to be reasonable here. I hear you. I'm still willing to talk. Oh, just take the damn thing already. Listen, maybe you can keep this between us. If the award goes missing, there's no need for the insurance company to get involved. I believe our business has concluded. Goodbye.
In the event of a lockdown, remember to to obey all posted safety and mustering instructions.
Fascinate me. Go ahead, we have time to rearrange things.
Here for business or pleasure?
I've done this particular cruise run several times, and I can assure you that the route is quite safe.
An open bar would have been nice. Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
Any complaints about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hello. You here for the charity event? Oh, absolutely. I'm a firm believer that attending these types of events tends to absolve one of their sins and cleanse their soul. But something tells me you're not really here to discuss the event. What did you really want to talk about? Oh, I'm afraid that's a bit outside my wheelhouse. I work for UC Security, so I don't think I could be of much help. I have nothing to do with Galbank. You mean specifically? Oh, I work for the Corporate Fraud Division. We monitor all of the major megacorp financials and transactions to ensure that nothing improper occurs. You're asking a lot of strange questions. What exactly do you want? To be honest, I'm here to keep an eye on the charity event. It might not be as glamorous an assignment as a colony rescue or taking down some criminals, but anything that keeps the peace is important to me. What is this all about, anyway? Claudia sent you, did she? Look, friend, I don't know if you're just a little drunk, maybe a touch crazy, or both. Whatever you think you know about me, you're dead wrong. So back off.
Maybe I am a little drunk, but you're still a liar.
Just in case you weren't aware, I am the authorities. Anything you try to report will boil down to your word against mine. And since I work for UC Security, who do you think people will believe? You've had your time to talk. Now piss off.
Quite a lovely starliner. Nothing but the best for the society, eh?
That
If you
view
have
is
any
absolutely
specific requests,
spectacular,
please
isn't it?
speak to one of the...
I'm sorry, but unless you're...
If you want to dine at Captain Rokov's table during dinner service, it's only an additional 5,000 credits.
If you wish to have a drink at any of our lounges, be sure to present your cabin pass to have the cost deducted.
Matters regarding the security of your items.
All right. This is the complimentary service where they hold all the fabulous riches right back there.
Glad to have you aboard.
If you think we need it, then okay.
On behalf of myself and the entire team at Trident Luxury Lines, we wish to thank you for choosing.
Now you're gonna
At the moment, Aurora isn't permitted on Trident Starfield.
I've done this 1,000 times. Eyes burning! Oh. All right. This is the complimentary service where they hold all the fabulous riches right back there. Sure, let's do this. Over already? Well...
On behalf of Trident Luxury Lines, I'd like to welcome you aboard.
All right. This is the complimentary service where they hold all the fabulous... riches right back there. Ah, weird. I was... You got it. Ah, my friend. Dish. Okay. Waiting here. Watch yourself. hey, let me carry that. A good team works to... I'm beyond ready, Dusty. Done? Impressive. Did you just... Yeah, you did.
You've already ruined our scheme. What else do you want?
Captain Rokov is one of the most easygoing COs I've ever worked
with. There's nothing quite like the view from the Starview ballroom. It's breathtaking.
A Starview pass is required to enter the main ballroom.
Don't forget to keep your Starview pass handy at all times, or you won't have access to the ballroom.
The society chair has really outdone herself this time.
Hello. Are you a member of the society?
Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers.
This is one of Trident's...
I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard Starfield.
Please remain in designated passenger areas at all times. Have a safe journey.
So, what brings you aboard? Pleased to make your acquaintance.
I'm sorry, but unless you're reporting it... about your cruise should be directed to one of the staff.
Here for business or pleasure?
Hello. Are you a member of the society?
The society chair has really outdone herself this time. Don't you have somewhere better to be?
Have you tried the canapes? Horrid. Positively horrid.
In the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet and orderly fashion.
Quite a lovely Starliner. I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard the Starliner.
An open bar would have been nice. The Trident's gouging us for every credit we've got.
That view is absolutely spectacular, isn't it?
Here for business or pleasure?
The society chair has really outdone herself.
Please remember to obey all posted safety and mustering instructions.
I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested. Which is why he's threatening you. That makes sense. We need hard evidence of their scheme. But it's gonna be tricky. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows. Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency.
I'll just let you handle all that, though, if you don't mind.
I have no idea what all of that technical jargon meant. It caused enough confusion, and it will buy us plenty of time. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help. There's access to the crew section. Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time at his station as usual. Have fun with that guy. He's a real piece of work. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked Environmental Control. Everything you need is inside. On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC security. Lots of clout with mast. Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Given the chance, he'd backstab you for a cret stick and pin the murder on someone else. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty tyrant, he'd probably thrive with the Crimson Fleet. All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way, we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, it's like having an all-access pass. Get back to it.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I certainly hope they decide to hold all future society events aboard a Starliner.
I've done this particular cruise run several times, and I can assure you that the route is quite fixed.
An open bar would have been nice.
See? That's why we get along.
If you have any specific requests, please speak to one of the crew's attendants.
Hey, hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait a second. You're Captain Rokov's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you? Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. I think you can see why. Not exactly Starliner-class comfort down here. Don't get me wrong. The quiet gives me time to gather my thoughts, catch up on work, and all that, but I'd rather work on the bridge. I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Trident put me in charge of the entire tech team. We do our best to keep the ship running smoothly and efficiently. Of course, this beauty is a cutting-edge piece of spacecraft design. Almost everything has triple redundancy, like the life support system. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a bit of downtime. Could be worse, though, right? Oh, sorry, that area's off limits. No exceptions. You're a fellow techie, huh? I can respect that. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away? Honestly, he's a seasoned ship captain. He told me he was a long hauler for years, and the experience shows. Only thing is, he's always talking about trade deals and plans for get-rich-quick schemes. It's all the guy ever thinks about. Why he decided to be a Starliner captain, I'll never know. It's almost like he craves being around money. Tell you what, though, for someone that loves credit so much, he sure doesn't mind gambling them when we play cards. So, I have a lot of things to do. Yeah, a little. A few of the techs call this deck the dungeon. I think you can see why. Not exactly Starliner-class comfort down here. Don't get me wrong. The quiet gives me time to gather my thoughts, catch up on work, and all that, but I'd rather work on the bridge. I'm the Siren's chief engineer. Of course, this beauty. Unfortunately, that means there's quite a bit of downtime. Whatever you do, don't break anything, or I'll be out of a job.
orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Oh, great. Everyone cleared out of the buffet. That's always a bad sign.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
Passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency. It's time you stop playing games and tell me why you're here. You're working for Ikande's little anti-pirating outfit? So what? I have nothing to do with the Crimson Fleet. And even if I suddenly decided to stay loyal to the old UC, why would I possibly want to incriminate myself by handing over evidence?
In an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I don't know where you got that information from, but it lines up with all the troubles I've been having getting my cut from that asshole. That means my money's already gone, and Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry, but if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail. At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion.
Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski, I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, take care of the problem. That's if you leave him alive, of course. We'll just have to wait and see. Wait a moment. Are you telling me that this scheme is getting so